It's the Los Angeles Clippers taking on the Utah Jazz. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. What growth from Lauri Markkanen, Doris, the 2023 Most Improved Player Award winner.
Yeah, you think about it. Markkanen entered the league at just 20 years of age. You forget how young these guys are sometimes. But Markkanen finds a great situation where he's a featured part of an offense, and then he makes an all-star team.
Just a gutsy play by George inside, finding the close-range look.
Nice shot by Harden.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
The three from Sexton. Not going to go that time. Ooh, great D that time from Dunn. Pass to Leonard. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Utah grabs the miss.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen with the stuff.
This is a 7-footer with some big-time vertical. Markkanen makes that look effortless.
Harden misses.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Drains the triple.
And there's a nice rhythm to his three-point shot. You know, George has a confident stroke.
There's the triple. Tries to save it. Done with it. Picked up by Sexton. Offensive rebound. Back to Harden. Leonard for three. And another shot. And Zubac with the lay-in.
Yeah, Zubac knows his job, and that's to do the dirty work. Get into the offensive glass.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy. He's focused on what they need to do to stop James Harden, saying they need to be aggressive defensively without putting him on the line. Once he starts racking up the freebies, the game slows down, he gets into a rhythm, and from there, it's a domino effect.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. So interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Trailing by 2. Kessler a screen. To stop the run. And out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. Here's Harden. Down low. Here's Leonard. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Leonard's got 5 now.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
And that one's good. Clarkson.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Harden misses. Sexton looking around. It's stolen by Leonard. Simmons with it. Guarded now by George. Simmons with the bucket.
Boy, Ben Simmons, because of his size, inside, he is a dangerous force.
Another 3 for Utah.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution.
And we've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
Now here's Markkanen. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a three-point play. It's going to go on Bogdan Bogdanovic. And the Clippers making a change here. That's good for Markkanen.
What I'm always impressed by, guys, is Markkanen's versatility. The guy can face up and make jump shots. He can be enough of a presence on the interior that you're very comfortable with him in this modern NBA game.
This night already has the makings of an offensive war.
Well, the fans love it. Coaches may not like the lack of defense, but boy, the rules promote scoring, no doubt.
Collier, no good. The Clippers in the lead. Bogdanovic from long range. Here's Simmons. Uses the glass on the layup. Simmons has got 6.
Yes, he has the size, but you also have to be willing to be alert and active on the offensive glass. Ben Simmons, always a willing participant.
Come on now, what a talent. Slips through the lane and just flushes it home.
Oh, the D feeling some shame right there. That was big league. Batum shot is off.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And there's the foul. It's on Colin Sexton. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Number 28, Bryce Sensabaugh.
So it's the Clippers now. Inside. Mills. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so it's Kawhi Leonard making highlights for Los Angeles.
22.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys.
Well, they clearly came into this game focused on sharing the ball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Clippers. They lead by 4. Bogdanovic, that's good. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
That one falls.
You like seeing Bogdanovic get it done inside. An opportunistic score around the rim.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Patrick Mills. That's his first foul. Pass to Sensabaugh. Back to Clarkson. Here's Collier. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Boy, outstanding pass and execution. They'd love to see Clarkson do that on a consistent basis.
Simmons with the bucket.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Doris, I'm going to give you 3 names here. John Stockton, Karl Malone, Pete Maravich. Which one is the greatest player to ever wear a Jazz uniform, you think?
I'm not going greatest player, B.A. I'm going greatest tandem in the history of the Utah Jazz. John Stockton and Karl Malone in pick-and-roll play were poetry in motion.
Forcing the issue, Markkanen.
How about that? Markkanen able to take the contact and play through it. Big-time finish. You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Pass to Collier. To the middle. The bank shot, no good. Now Los Angeles with it. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Laurie said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Shot's good by Collier.
Some sick ball skills displayed right there. And he's not the guy you expect to pull that off.
Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
Oh, boy, you love to see that kind of burst from Kawhi Leonard. What a finish.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Jazz.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Now here's Martin. Pass to Collier. And Kawhi Leonard gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Here's Juzang, defended by Dunn. Juzang, no good. And it's the Clippers' ball. To the paint. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Yeah, if you allow Zubats positioning near the cup, look out. This is what you can expect.
Takes it inside.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
Just 4 to shoot. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Top of the key. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. All right, the Jazz making a change here. 58 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Harden. Here he goes. And Harden with the slam.
James Harden, with the ability that he has both from a smarts, IQ, and skill standpoint, nice drive right there.
Now here's George. Give him 8 points now. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
You have the pen on you. Give yourself a round of applause.
.44 seconds left in the second. Markkanen with it. Picked up by Powell. Here's George. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Kawhi Leonard.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
Grant, a big reason for Utah to be excited about the future. Their young head coach, Will Hardy.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's had this team competitive after trading away both Mitchell and Gobert. And I love how Hardy has developed guys like Lauri Markkanen.
Here's Powell. The rebound by Markkanen.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Back to Kessler. Pass to Markkanen. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Markkanen's got 11 points.
Well, you can see this team depends on Markkanen to space the floor, delivers with the range 3 there.
The ball's knocked loose. Here's George. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Jazz up 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Out to Powell, and the three-pointer goes. Powell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
This guy is always shot ready. Norman Powell's instincts as a scorer are exceptional.
Sexton misses. Oh, and the fast break for the Clippers. Outside for Harden. Leonard on the wing. He's got 10. Can't bury it. His 5th miss in 9 tries. And so it's Collins who brings up the ball for the Jazz. Pass to Kessler. Back to Markkanen. His first shot attempt. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Kessler's got his first basket. The Clippers trail. And there's a pick. Three-pointer, Harden. Collins with the rebound.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
Simmons. And it's Simmons slamming it home.
Oh my goodness, the creativity and flair from Ben Simmons. Stop it now. Don't hurt him, Ben.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Clippers making a switch here. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Ryan, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Sexton, that's good.
How about the response from Colin Sexton with some range?
Here's Harden. And it's blocked by Kessler. Now here's George. 12 points for him. Markkanen outside. Off target with the 3. Simmons with it. Picked up by Markkanen. To the inside. Oh, big finish!
Oh, did you see that?
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And Keontae George gets a whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Now Harden. He's got 5. And Harden with the slam.
Oh, my. James Harden with a statement right there.
And Doris, the Clippers with new jerseys, a shiny new arena, and an ownership group that is very aggressive. They want some shiny hardware to go with it.
BA, you have to appreciate an ownership group that is willing to spend and make all the right moves in order to position yourself for the championship. But now the players need to come through. And what has been their undoing in recent years is injuries and the lack of availability of their best players. Age and health still hover over this organization.
Doris, when we talk about home court advantages, the Jazz have amongst the best.
They do, BA. You have to play at altitude. They're also a little bit isolated as well, so travel is hard. But let me tell you this, their fan base is loud, L-O-U-D.
And the Jazz with possession here, following the score by Los Angeles.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. A minute 42 left in the third quarter. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up. Doris, looking back at James Harden's time in Houston, what an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
Out left to the wing. And it's Derrick Jones with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. The Clippers in the lead. Pass to Coffey. Outside Jones. And that one's good.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Now here's Clarkson. Out to the right wing. Utah shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Third team foul.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw is good. Doris, not long ago, the Clippers were not associated with star power.
It's very true, B.A., but they are now. And it's not just the talent that they have. It's the experience that their guys bring to the court. They now have a core of big-time players who've been through virtually everything in the league.
Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Sensabaugh. Launches it. And no good. Harden with it. 9 points in the game. Jones from outside. Fires in the triple. Jones has got 5.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Inside. Here's Sensabaugh. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Second personal foul.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Substitution on the court.
Los Angeles leading by 3.
Jazz foul.
He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here.
Second team foul.
That one's off.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game thus far. Clippers ahead. They're up by 3. After a quick break, we're coming. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pass to Collier. Here's Potter. Here's Collier. Fires the 3. Leonard pulls down the board.
Jazz foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
The Clippers lead by 4. Left side Jones. They set a pick. From downtown. Clarkson grabs a miss. And the Jazz with possession. And it's Derek Jones with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Clippers on D. Count that bucket.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
And right now, if you're the defense, you got to be careful. Harden excels at finding ways to get to the free throw line.
Good on the second one. Jazz trail by 3. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. To tie it up. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Leonard in transition.
Kawhi Leonard right now is cooking, folks. This guy has got a rhythm, and you better watch out.
For 3, Collier. The rebound by Simmons.
That's an unwise shot. I'm sure coach and teammates would have preferred to swing the ball for a better opportunity.
Here's Leonard. Pass to Harden. Tries again. Again, the Clippers score.
This is just where James Harden's decision-making, his ability to read the floor. You want to concede the mid-range? He's going to say no problem.
Filipowski for 3. Now pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 7. And he's going for the lob. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Will Hardy said to the team. And coach challenged the team, asking them to bring the fight inside, telling them to play with pride, telling the team, you're getting bullied near the hoop. Let's see if it works, guys.
And Allie, thanks. And timeout called by Ty Lue. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. For 3, Sexton. The rebound by Simmons. The Clippers lead by 9. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Boy, I'll tell you, you love to see Ben Simmons determined to score. Draws the whistle, gets an opportunity for the old-fashioned three-point play.
And there's the foul. It's on Colin Sexton. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Pass to Harden. takes the three. That's bucket number 5. He's 5 for 12 now.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
And the agility Collins possesses is impressive, using it well to force fouls on the drive.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they had the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
And here's Leonard. Clock at 6. Oh, Kessler with the block. Outside Sexton. Kicks it out to Collins. Knocks down the triple. Collins has got 5 points in the quarter.
And sometimes Collins makes this look so effortless, as if the 3-shot is just that easy.
Here's Leonard. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 10. Right side, Sexton. Back to Markkanen. From behind the arc. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Well, Markkanen sees an opportunity to make one of the easier threes in the NBA. That location in the corner, such valuable real estate.
And the Jazz with possession. They've gone on an 8-0 run. And so they foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Markkanen for 3. Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
This is why Markkanen has the rock in his hands. This team wants him to take those big shots.
Leonard can't get it to go.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
For 3, Sexton. Oh, he nails it! And that one brings him within 1.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
It's George on the wing. Collins a screen. Pass to Markkanen to take the lead. Rebound by the Clippers. In transition, here come the Clippers. Jones from outside. It's good from beyond the arc.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in. Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
The drive by Harden. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. 4th team foul.
Now here's Leonard. Outside Harden. From the arc. Kessler with a rebound.
Great job on the glass. Body's down low, needing to fight for position. That's perfect.
So a close game sees the Clippers taking this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. You know, you have 2